This video tutorial explains the collection of preferences from the point of view of the head of studies. There is another video tutorial that explains how to collect preferences from the point of view of the head of department. The process of collecting preferences will be useful in those educational institutes where each didactic department must distribute, among its teachers, all the class units they have assigned. To use the Capture of Preferences tool, an initial configuration file prepared with the GHC planner will be activated, containing all the class units to be held at the educational institution. It is necessary to publish an initial configuration so that the different departments know the class units they have to assign to their teachers. The departments will use GHC web app to collect preferences. Each department publishes its preferences, and again, the head of studies will collect them on the planner. That is, once the departments publish their preferences, they can be integrated into the original configuration, to create a common timetable for all of them. The first step in collecting preferences is to set up the initial data, which must be provided by all teachers assigned to their department. They will also contain the list of subjects associated with a department. Consequently, all class units will also be associated with a department. If a particular class unit is assigned to a different department than the one that corresponds to its subject, it could be specified. The Capture of Preferences tool will control that the same teacher does not choose subjects to be taught simultaneously, as it would be impossible. Once all the class units have been configured, with their conditions of simultaneity, the next step will be the activation of the initial configuration file. The configuration is activated using the corresponding command from the file platform. When you activate the file, you will be asked to indicate the operations you will be allowed to perform in the Capture of Preferences tool. For example, you can add new class units or new teachers from this tool. In addition to teachers' subjects, the process of collecting preferences is also capable of gathering other information that could be significant for making timetables, such as tutorials, classrooms, etc. For instance, you can indicate a maximum number of non-preferential positions that can be indicated in each teacher's weekly timetable. Once the initial configuration file is activated, department heads need to be assigned in the GHC web app so that they can use this tool. Entering the application with your credentials as head of studies, the link will appear to use the Capture of Preferences tool. Using this link you can assign department heads by associating email addresses to each department. Email addresses must have been previously registered on the GHC web app teachers whitelist. Each department head will be able to create his or her own user account. Each designated department head must have a GHC web app user account with a teacher profile. You have the possibility to send an email to each department head you designate, to inform them of this event. Each department head, once he or she has collected all the data from teachers, will publish his or her preferences. The last step by the head of studies will be to download the preference to integrate it into the general configuration file of the timetable. This process is carried out from the planner, using the command download department preferences. A list will appear with the files published by each department, to be integrated in the configuration that is open at that time. When you download the preferences you will be asked if you wish to collect the teacher's templates as well. You should pay attention to this option, because if these preferences had already been indicated in the planner, they could be replaced by those received. As a result of the integration of the collection of preferences, the teachers who will teach each subject will have been assigned. Alternatively, occupancy preferences may have been received in their weekly templates. You can also see the information collected from each teacher as text in the corresponding properties window. If it has been allowed to add new elements or change the configuration from this tool, these modifications will also be reflected in the general configuration when integrating the department data. Thank you for your attention.